Steady D. If it ain't going down at the Bunny Ranch, it ain't going down at all.
It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. Going down, going down, going down at the Bunny Ranch. It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. Going down at the Bunny Ranch. It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. Going down at the Bunny Ranch. It's going down at the Bunny Ranch. Going down at the Bunny Ranch. Going down at the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah.
So
A fine establishment of lovely ladies. Eager.
well, welcome everyone to the Bunny Ranch podcast. I'm James, and as you heard, it is a fine establishment of ladies and eager. Yep, I'm leaving that in. So, welcome in everyone. Hello. So today's episode, we have from Sagebrush Ranch, Rebecca Brite.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Brite.
So Rebecca, tell me a little about yourself, because, you know, some of our people, our listeners and our viewers might not know who you are.
Well, I'm Rebecca Brite. I work at Sagebrush Ranch. I am a legal sex worker in Nevada. I am an East Coast girl.
Okay.
That comes out here and tours about 2 weeks at a time. And I share new experiences.
New experiences.
Yes.
So, okay, let's go into that. Like, since you brought that up, what do you mean new experiences? Like, what do you? That kind of took me off guard there. So,
New experiences. So, in what I would say in my regular life, if I enjoy a new restaurant, try a new food, taste a new bottle of wine, I'm one of the first people that will go to my best friends, especially my sister. My sister is my best friend, and I'll say, "Oh my gosh, you have to try this,"
okay,
and enjoy it with her. And I also like to share more intimate experiences.
okay, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you know, well, what's your job here again?
I am a legal sex worker.
There you go. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, you know, sometimes there might be intimacy involved, right? I mean, yeah,
I like it
good
if
amount
there
of,
is.
yeah, I'm like a good amount of percentage at least.
Yes.
So, what brought you here? Like, what brought you into this industry, and then also, you know, what did you do beforehand too? Because, you know, they might not know you, and definitely if you need to, sagebrushranch.com, and you can see her profile right there. So, and all that stuff will be somewhere down below.
So, fun backstory. I watched The Cat House
Okay.
back in 2014. I am an 8-year breast cancer survivor. Yay!
Nice.
And I was looking for something on TV, and I happened to stumble across Cat House. And at the time, I was in the middle of chemo treatment. I was enjoying my medicinal marijuana.
Okay.
And I was watching it, and I binge watched just hours of it, and I got such a kick out of it, and I said, one of these days, I'm going to do that if I live long enough. And of course, everything went well, and I'm actually a nurse, and
Okay.
RMBSN, been a nurse for 16 years.
Very
That
nice.
shows my age. But no, and I worked all of COVID, and last year, around June 1st, I made the decision that I was going to come and work here. And it was actually another nurse that brought me into this, a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
And it's been a very cool year. I'm coming up on my 1 year.
Yeah, in a few, like
Yeah.
literally a few
My 1 year.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
June 15th.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it has to be about a year now, because, okay. Jeez.
I know, it's crazy. I get to renew my license.
I know.
I filled out my paperwork. I said, wow, it's been a year. Holy cow. It's been an amazing year, though.
I bet. I mean, especially here at Sagebrush. Sagebrush is more, how do you put it, like, more Western style. So, like, the bigger parlor. And it's a lot more kind of laid back when it comes to a lot more, like, the vibes inside the house. compared to like different ranches we have. So
Yes, I love the vibe at Sagebrush. I'm very laid back, and I think we all fit very well together here.
yeah.
Let's see.
But I mean, you worked all of COVID. That had to have been crazy too, because especially because I mean, I have several friends who did like traveling nurses. They're actual nurses. I have Army medics as well who were even brought in to be nurses as friends, and it was insane because I mean, granted, I was sitting at home because
Everybody was at home.
We were stuck because we got laid off. So it happens. But I couldn't believe like my friends were telling me a lot of the crazy stories of like that kind of thing. Like, with that, what kind of like, what was that like? Because I mean, we've talked to people who were nurses a long time ago, but like someone who actually worked the pandemic as a nurse, you don't have to go into like full detail, obviously, because I don't want to know that part. But like, what was that kind of like feeling? Because this is not something we've never seen before.
In nursing school, we always talked about the potential of outbreaks and pandemics and widespread disease as part of disease prevention.
Okay.
And of course, it's always something that you hope you never have to be involved with, but if you do, you punch through the door and you do it. And that's what I did.
Okay.
I punched through that door and I volunteered, and as a travel nurse, I was on a COVID team. So starting in March of 2020, I began going to COVID hotspots. So myself and a group of 8 of us, we would go, and anywhere that there's a COVID outbreak, we would go.
Yeah.
And there were times we didn't have N95 masks. We would just put on tons of surgical masks. We really did wear garbage bags sometimes.
Oh, wow.
But met a lot of really awesome people and saw a lot of really amazing things within that chaos. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. So, I mean, thank you for being one of the people
Very
who were
welcome.
there, the first responders and the medical teams out there. So,
Did about a year, 16 months of it.
yeah.
And I got a little burnt out.
It's understandable. That's like overdrive of any kind of industry, right?
But coming here, it has definitely, it has been a de-stressor. I can say it's probably been the least stressful year of my entire life.
Okay.
I'd say just about.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's go on to that then. So you've been here pretty much a year. I mean, we're going to say a year. What are some of like the most memorable things that so far have happened? Like most memorable, like kind of party, obviously can't go into like names or anything, but
Right. Oh, yeah.
you give us an idea of like what we like something that just stands out and goes, damn, that was fun. Or like, was it your first party or was it like your,
So we had the wildfires last year.
Oh yeah.
And it was bad. You looked outside and it was just
Yeah, it was raining
wall of
ash
smoke.
everywhere.
And you could touch it in the air. The air felt funny. We had some firefighters come in.
Yeah.
And I mean, what women, we love a man in uniform. And some firefighters came in, and they're very strong, by the way. And I mean, he just picked me up. Oh, sorry. He just picked me up, threw me against the wall, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like, yeah, this guy is strong. Of course, you have to be strong if you're fighting fires, but
True.
it was great. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast. I mean, they picked you up and literally, again,
Yeah.
damn.
And he was like, do you like being up against the wall? And I said, sure. I was thinking up against the wall. I didn't know it was gonna be like 6 feet up against the wall. That was great though. Yeah. That's a fun, memorable one
Okay.
that I really, really like. Yeah.
Oh man. That's great.
Definitely.
So what are some of your favorite things that you look for when someone like comes in to see you? Like, are you looking for, obviously, we don't like, the whole wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of thing. Like, I mean, we don't discredit those, but
Right.
like, are you looking more like, do you like to be like a man to come in and like actually, or a woman and come in and actually,
True.
like sit and chat and then like build that conversation relationship? Or are you looking, what are your like, I guess what I'm getting at is like what kind of specialties and what kind of like stuff you like in general.
So I'm a very affectionate, warm, and cuddly person. I'm very sensual. I love being touched, and I love touching my partner, and I love sharing that together. So one of the things I do is I open up myself, and I give permission to explore my body, just as I'm exploring my partner's body. So I would say more of a girlfriend experience.
Okay.
My goal is for us both to get lost in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that's always the best thing too.
Yes. So that's my goal, get lost in the moment and share an amazing experience with someone else. One of my favorite things to do, which is highly underrated, but I like 69. That's one of the positions that I love to do, and I enjoy sharing it.
You mean it's highly underrated?
Well, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like the 69." Like on the outside,
Yeah.
I touch my girlfriends. They're like, "Ew, I don't want a 69." I'm like, dude, it's great. I mean, sometimes you get a little distracted, but I mean, it's great.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can get really distracted in that. I mean,
It's possible to get distracted.
yeah. I mean,
I forget to do my job. No, I don't. I never forget to do my job, but
yeah, it all depends. I mean, some people are really good at what they do, right?
yes,
So, I mean,
people are definitely great at what they do. And I try to be, I definitely try to foster that and bring that out in people.
makes sense. So, what are kind of like, what's like your dream party? Like, that you might not haven't had yet. Like something you've, wanted to try or, wanted to do and a client hasn't come in yet for that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. And trust me, everyone, I don't give, like, as I've said before in some of these episodes, I actually don't give them any like idea of what I'm going to be asking. So I do take them off the spot a little bit because that way it gives you more realism.
I've done a lot, and I've had a lot of experiences. One of the things that I would love to do more of is share prostate play.
Oh.
So my nursing background and my anatomy background means that I'm well versed in different pleasurable areas, and I love introducing newbies to it.
Okay.
I have wands and toys and special things that I can use in that
Special
case.
things.
Special things.
Like what kind of special things? I'm gonna put you out on the spot there. I want to
So-
know this now.
There are prostate massagers
Yep.
that come in all
I mean,
shapes
I know
and
nothing about
sizes.
that. It's fine.
You know nothing.
Nothing. Never.
Okay. So there are prostate massagers. I use all the way down to just good old hands. The hands work too. And let's see, butt plugs. There are male-oriented butt plugs available, and butt plugs are fun to play around with, even if you're just doing it doggy style. I also like butt plugs on myself as well.
Okay. So I mean, yeah. That have you? I think it's like, is it a Wii Vibe or a Me Vibe? It's a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi one now.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah,
I do not have
they're
them.
actually pretty interesting because you could be anywhere, and then like someone could hit the button, and they have it for the prostate, and they also have one for the vaginal area as well. And it's so fucking hilarious because I've seen people like they have these really funny videos on the internet, and they'll be in like grocery stores and then hit it, and then like or like it's especially when they hit like certain ones of them are really powerful. So like the Bluetooth ones are really powerful. Then like the ones that you can use like when they connect like Wi-Fi wise your partner could be like around the country or around the world, and they can hit the button too. I've seen those ones.
That
as
would be
well.
pretty fun. Yeah, I have a vibrating butt plug, and if I had it in, and all of a sudden it just went, just in the middle of like a bank or Walmart. Well, actually, Walmart it probably wouldn't matter, but like in the middle of a bank or somewhere professional, that would be embarrassing.
It would.
Just jump. Oh, it's just my vibrating butt plug. Don't worry.
It's my cell phone
Yeah, my cell phone. It's vibrating in my
back pocket.
the really low back pocket. The brown back pocket. No.
Oh my god.
I'm also Rebecca Brite. I am also a giant goober, and I have a very twisted sense of humor. So a lot of us do. I say like nurses, police officers, firefighters, military.
Yeah.
There's just something that brings out a nice twisted sense of humor in that.
I mean, when you see like the worst of the worst, sometimes, yeah, I can definitely contest that.
But yeah,
I mean, I've definitely have that twisted sense of humor sometimes. So,
Yeah. If you know a nurse, you know someone with a twisted sense of humor.
oh yeah,
That's for sure.
oh yeah. No, I've had a lot of friends who are nurses, and they are pretty crazy sometimes too. So it's pretty fun. So
And we're also really awesome in bed.
see that
It's
people?
true what your friends tell you.
I mean, they know every part, and they know all anatomy, and they know everything. You know.
Mhm. Yes.
Well, let's see here. So, obviously, you said when you first came in, you one of your friends brought you on board, right?
Yes.
What was going through your mind when you first did it all? I mean, you thought it was cool, right? But
Right.
what was going through your mind? And then tell me about that process, when you applied, and then all the way until you even when you started, because I was here when you started.
Yes.
So I got to because post pandemic, a lot of the stuff, we were all here, all staff got to meet everyone. So what was that kind of process? All of it like give us kind of story time right now, right?
Right. So I sent an email. They have requirements. Email, you send pictures, and then they have a phone conversation with you. But my friend, I spoke to her a lot about it. I asked her so many questions. I'm pretty sure she was almost ready to slap me and say, it'll be okay. Because prior to coming here, I felt that I might have had a disadvantage. I've never done cam work. I've never done any type of adult industry, anything. I basically came at it, well, let's just see what happens. I'll have fun, hopefully make people happy, and be successful. It was definitely interesting because I wondered what would people think of me, given that I didn't necessarily have an online, say, adult presence.
Yeah.
Which that's something to think about, because I was thinking that most girls that worked in this industry were likely film stars, models, or people with extensive experience. But after I got here, I realized that there's a wide variety of women with a wide variety of life experiences, some of which also, like myself, didn't include anything remotely related to adult work,
Yeah.
let alone sex work. So that was something that was definitely on my mind. Can I be successful? And so far, I'm very happy.
Okay.
Finding out the odds and ends. So I was a sexual health educator for a while prior to coming into this. So I was already very comfortable with sex and talking about sex. And so this part wasn't a big stretch for me. It wasn't something that concerned me because I love sex. I love sharing sexual experiences with others. And I'm familiar with condoms and lube and all the fun stuff. So that part wasn't as daunting to me as what will people think of me?
Yeah.
Given that they haven't seen me somewhere else. What will draw them to me? And that's when I decided I'll just be myself and see what happens.
And you've come a long way. Because, I mean, when I first met you, you were kind of shy in the beginning, and then you opened up and you were really talkative. And, I mean, definitely you've done
I've
really
definitely
well.
opened up.
Yeah, you've opened up a lot.
Like I wouldn't talk about, I remember when I first came here, I wouldn't talk about anything, and you wouldn't hear the word like cock or dick coming out of my mouth or anything like that. And now I just throw F-bombs and cock and dick and pussy all the time. And but when I first came here, it's all like, I'm using professional terms here.
Yep, she did.
So funny.
And she'd use all professional terms, asking us questions. And then most of us are like, like penis, dick, vagina. Like what? Like, and she's like trying to be all like, because like we try to get everyone to open up and laugh, right? Because I mean, we're entertainment. We're gonna always entertain people. So,
I love, and I like making people laugh.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely a good way. And you've definitely changed. So and come out a lot more out of your shell. So
yes,
it's kind of a cool thing.
And I do. So one of the funny things I like to do is you asked about an interesting experience in a party, and it just, I don't know what came over me, but I'm like, high five, and we did dual high five. Like, yeah, that's how it's done. So I'll throw that in, or one time, and
what, was that while having sex though, or was that after?
That was right after.
Okay, I was like,
high five.
I mean, during it, I mean, I could see that too. It could be fun.
And this was someone that I had partied with previously, so I knew that they understood my sense of humor. This was on a meme, and I basically acted out the meme. When we switched to doggy style, I yelled beast mode, because there's actually a meme that says, one time when you switch to doggy style, you should yell beast mode. And just out random, I just yell beast mode. And it was laughing for like 10 minutes after that. It was hilarious. Like, doing doggy style, like, beast mode. It was so funny. But I like to bring, sorry. I use my hands a lot.
I mean, the microphone's not going to get mad if you hit it. Don't worry. You don't have to apologize.
I'm not a dominant.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Microphone. Didn't mean to hit you. Sometimes I talk with my hands. So
I mean, we all do.
I'm just basically abusing this microphone here. You can probably go to the sheriff's department and get a warrant for me. Like, she's beating me up.
So let's ask. So I haven't asked this one to anyone. So what? Because you said you're well versed in like a lot of different sexual things, like condoms, lubes, and things of that nature. What is your favorite lube? Because everyone's got a favorite, right? Like, and I mean, people, if you want to send some too, you can definitely mail it to the Sagebrush Ranch.
Yeah.
I accept gifts too. No, I'm kidding. But definitely get her, whatever the case. And that is, something. But what is that favorite lube that you like?
So my two favorite lubes, they're both they're very simple ones, but it's called Wet Platinum, and it is a silicone-based lube.
That one, okay.
I love that one. And there is another lube, and this is one that's really good for butt plugs and anal play, and it is aptly called Uranus. It is a very thick, very nice lubricant.
Okay.
My second choice, if I didn't have that, would be, it's called gun oil. It's actually yeah, gun oil. Now that one's actually really good as well. That one is really good as well. But I'm partial to Uranus and Wet Platinum.
So you're partial to Uranus.
Yes, I'm partial.
And some Wet Platinum.
Yes.
My favorite is Uber Lube. They come in glass bottles. We used to sell them for a long time here, and they'd sell it instantly every time. They're amazing. I bought a few when they were here too, because we sell like any of the stuff like toys and stuff. Like we usually sell way less than what like normal retailers would.
Yeah.
So, and especially pre-pandemic, we had a ton of this left over that we had like all this different types of things. So when we first got in, all the girls kept like buying it out, and they were doing that. and a bunch of the Bunny Ranch girls were all talking about how good they were. So, and it's a very expensive lube, but it's personal favorite right there is the Uber Lube.
I know my sagebrush. I call it my. She's not. We don't live in the same room, but
Yeah.
she's right beside me. She has some Uber Lube, so I might have to ask her for a few pumps of it.
Yeah,
to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely try it. I personally like it. It's one of my favorites, and I know a lot of the bunny girls used to like it as well.
Yeah, I have some good toys that would do very well with it.
Oh, yeah.
I do have lots of toys. I'm very toy friendly, by the way. And I'm also a fan of pegging, so I definitely do that as well. For me, it's about exploring pleasure and sharing that.
So if someone didn't know, I mean, I've probably asked this to other people too, but if someone didn't know what pegging is, kind of give like kind of an idea of what that would like entail. Like, obviously we can't go like giving a full example of what pegging is. It's impossible on YouTube or any of the other places we put this. But
Correct.
what is pegging though?
It is anal stimulation using, say, a dildo
Okay.
or a toy specifically devised for gentlemen if they don't like something that looks like a dildo.
Okay.
Because some toys, there's in a lesbian forum I was giving a health presentation at. There was kind of a joke, and they said, "Well, dildos are very penis-like," and then one of the other ladies said, "Well, a penis is very dildo-like." So some men don't want a penis-like dildo, and some men don't care. So I keep lots of varieties.
Okay. Very interesting, though. Yeah. And obviously that would go in the ass.
Yes, sorry, it does. It goes in the ass.
I mean, I know what
should've said
pegging
that,
is,
yes.
but
Anal, yes.
it is anal play. All right. So definitely something interesting. So Rebecca, if someone wanted to like make an appointment with you or get a hold of you, how would they do that?
You can send me a direct message on the forums at sagebrushranch.com. You can also send me an email at rebeccabrite@sagebrushranch.com. I'm also on Twitter, Rebecca Brite. And I love talking to people beforehand. So if you're thinking about planning a party, hit me up. I'd love to talk to you about what we can do and what I can share with you.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to build that rapport and relationship ahead of
Yes.
time, and also, I mean, you just can't stop by because you do come on tours. So,
Correct.
like, if they show up and you're not here, you want to avoid that situation. So, always make sure you guys always email ahead of time. And the forums you're talking about, bunnyranch.com/forum, and all the links will be right below and all that crazy description, and also somewhere on the screen too. But Rebecca, it's been a pleasure
Awesome.
talking to you. So.
Wonderful talking to you as well.
And guys, if you want to hear more on her stories and other things like that, make sure you guys do email her.
Get up again.
She's beating up my
I'm beating the microphone.
bad mic. Bad. There you go.
Bad microphone. The
hit
microphone
it.
should be
Hit it. It's fine.
smaller.
It's fine. Hit it.
Bad microphone.
That's how you hit?
You know what we should do? We should just tie my arms behind my back. That's what we should just do.
Well,
Bring your ropes.
I mean, hey, that's always a fun time too. But guys and girls out there, thank you so much. This has been the Bunny Ranch podcast. You can see it on youtube.com or you can hear it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and all the rest. There's so many different versions of it now. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you on the next episode. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a good night.